Let's look at John 5. It's a long passage. I'm going to read it. After this, there was a feast of the Jews, and Jesus went up to Jerusalem. Please follow me. Now there is in Jerusalem by the sheep gate a pool, which is called in Hebrew Bethesda, having 5 porches. In these lay a great multitude of sick people, blind, lame, paralyzed, waiting for the moving of the water. For an angel went down at a certain time into the pool and stirred up the water. Then whoever stepped in first after the stirring of the water was made well of whatever disease he had. Now a certain man was there who had infinity 38 years. When Jesus saw him lying there, and he knew that he had already been in this condition a long time, he said to him, "Do you want to be made well?" The sick man answered him, "Sir, I have no man to put me into the pool when the water is stirred up. But while I'm coming, another steps down before me." Jesus said to him, "Rise, take up your bed and walk." And immediately the man was made well, took up his bed and walked. And that day was the Sabbath. The Jews therefore said to him, who was cured, "It is Sabbath. It is not lawful for you to carry your bed." This man has been, just hold on. This man has been there for how many years? Every year they come and give him small chicken change. And then they now saw him carrying his bed, what has been carrying him for 38 years. And the first thing they could ask him is, "Why are you carrying your bed? This is Sabbath." They didn't see a man who was sick, impotent, lying there paralyzed. So in case you are thinking that your neighbors are the ones that will help you, thank God. No. The man, these people that have been giving him chicken change saw him. Instead of saying, "Hey, this is," they said, "My man, why are you carrying this?" That's the only thing they saw. And look at what he answered. He answered them, "He who made me well said to me, 'Take up your bed and walk.'" As if his punishment he gave him. The man that made him well, that cured him for 38 years of impotency, paralysis, he was reporting the man as if he did some bad things to him. Then they asked him, "Who is the man who said to you, 'Take up your bed and walk'?" We are looking for the man who said to you, "Take up your bed and walk." We are not looking for the man who cured you. We are not looking for the man who made you whole. We are looking for the man who told you to carry your bed on Sabbath. But the one who was healed did not know who it was. He didn't even know who cured him. He didn't know him. He didn't know him. You know, that's how some miracles happen in our lives. And they ask you who did it. You'll be mentioning one man's name. You won't even know who was the person that brought the miracle. You won't even know that he's the Lord of Lords, the King of Kings. You won't know. The man didn't know who cured him. He was looking around. Afterward, okay, but the one who was healed did not know who it was, for Jesus had withdrawn, a multitude being in that place. Afterward, Jesus found him in the temple and said to him, "See, you have been made well. Sin no more, lest a worse thing come to you." The man departed and told the Jews that it was Jesus who made him well. For this reason, the Jews persecuted Jesus and sought to kill him because he had done this thing on Sabbath. He was just grateful for even 2 minutes. They asked him, "Why are you carrying this?" It's not me. It's not me. It's the man. The fault is his. And then he now walks into church and sees Jesus preaching. And he went to this. I said, I've known the name of the man that is Jesus. Go and catch him. Let us see Mark 5. Let's look at another man that was healed. Somebody else also received the same thing this man received. Let's look at how he behaved, so that you know that when we are grateful, we must have counted our blessing privately. But the one who is thankful honors the giver of the blessing. Let this never depart from you. There's a linkage between gratefulness, having a grateful heart, and having a thankful heart, and having a charitable heart. You cannot have a thankful heart without a grateful heart. So gratitude is the first thing. But what we are saying is that you should not stop from gratitude, having a grateful heart, because it's an internal thing. You should move to thankful heart, thanksgiving. And when you move to thanksgiving, the person that made these things indicated or made it in such a way that once you have a thankful heart, you will begin to do charitable things. You want to do things for the man who brought that gift your way. You can't just take it and be thankful in your heart. Because then it means that you think that that healing, that promotion, that gift he gave you is just for you alone. It's not. It's not. Let's look at this one. Again, I'll read it because I want to read it fast. Mark 5. They came to the other side from verse 1. They came to the other side of the sea, to the country of the Gadarenes. And when he had come out of the boat, immediately there met him out of the tombs a man with an unclean spirit, who had his dwelling among the tombs. And no one could bind him, not even with chains, because he had often been bound with shackles and chains. And the chains had been pulled apart by him, and the shackles broken in pieces. Neither could anyone tame him. And always, night and day, he was in the mountains and in the tombs, crying out and cutting himself with stones. That's somebody that was born by a woman. When he saw Jesus from afar, he ran and worshipped him. He cried out with a loud voice and said, "What have I to do with you, Jesus, Son of the Most High God? I implore you by God that you do not torment me." For he said to him, "Come out of the man, unclean spirit." Then he asked him, "What is your name?" And he answered, saying, "My name is Legion, for we are many." Also he begged him earnestly that he would not send them out of the country. Now a large herd of swine was feeding near the mountains. So all the demons begged him, saying, "Send us to the swine that we may enter them." And at once Jesus gave them permission. The unclean spirit went out and entered the swine. There were about 2,000, and the herd ran violently down the steep place into the sea and drowned in the sea. A demon or demons that came out from a single man destroyed 2,000 swines. Now look at what happened. So those who fed the swine, and they told who fed the swine fled, and they told it in the city and in the country, and they went out to see what it was that had happened. Then they came to Jesus and saw the one who had been demon possessed and had legion, sitting and clothed in his right mind. The people came and saw the man that was healed, that was crying every day and night, cutting himself with stones, probably pursuing some of them, beating some of them up. They came from the village, maybe that kind of place, the place they don't walk in the night. Or women don't walk alone because that man will pursue. But they came and saw the man sitting down quietly. And those who saw it told them how it happened to him who had been demon possessed, and about the swine. Then they began to plead with him to depart from their region. This is the second contribution of people around. The other one was that they told the man, "Who told you to carry this thing?" This one, they saw the good work that had been done. I was thinking that they would say, "Jesus, be our king." They told Jesus, "Please, can you go? Just go." Go with your trouble. Ah! Look at what next happened. And when he got into the boat, he who had been demon possessed begged him that he might be with him. However, Jesus did not permit him, but said to him, go home to your friends and tell them what great things the Lord has done for you and how he has had compassion on you. And he departed and began to proclaim in Decapolis all that Jesus had done for him, and all marveled. Decapolis is 10 cities. The other man did not know where Jesus went. Hey, where's that man that healed me? But this man said, oh God, I will follow you. A grateful heart moving to a thankful heart. Oh God, I'm going to dedicate my life to serving you. How do you see the miracles of God? Is it with just a grateful heart? Or are you intending to be thankful and to move to charity? And the seventh thing I want to note is that, I said I'll make 7 opening statements. The seventh thing is that it flows like this, from a grateful heart to a thankful heart.